Hey, hey, everybody. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Let me know if you're out there. If you are on here right now, put your name in the comments. And I'm super excited. Today's St. Patrick's Day, March 17th of 2023. The Fighting Irish. I'm Irish, so it works. And I'm married to someone who's Irish. So anyways, hence the last name Copeland. All right, today I want to talk to y'all about cash is trash. And why is that so important to me? If you're out there, give me a comment, give me a heart, tell me where you're at, tell me where you're watching this from today. Tell me if you've already started drinking today. I've got my green on. I know that we're going out tonight. But anyways, so that being said, let's talk about what's going on planet Earth today in the financial markets. And why am I coming out so strong today that cash is trash? I'm pulling up something here that I pulled up that I wanted to talk to y'all about. So I am doing a big women's summit. I'm speaking on the lioness, a lioness, not a lamb. And so I was doing the research today for this speech that I'm giving to, I think 60,000 women are going to be online. I'm super honored. It's a week from tomorrow. And just looking at, kind of this whole financial meltdown, right? I mean, being a real estate professional, owning a mortgage company, I've owned an insurance company, I've had my financial services license, Series 6, 63, and 7. I've done it all. I guess if you're old enough in life, you've done it all. I have done it all officially. And, but this is probably one of the scarier scenarios that I can remember. And I mean, guys, I've survived everything. I've survived every meltdown. I was in the car business when it was bankrupt with Christ. I can just go on and on. Like sometimes my timing is just impeccable in business. That's the funny part to the whole thing. So anyways, I've survived a lot of crazy financial meltdowns. But this thing with Silicon Valley Bank last week was really, like, to my core, scared me. And why did it scare me? Well, now it's starting to come out a little bit more that there was some mismanagement and some other stuff. So, so a little bit of it's going to be on them. But a lot of it had to do with the fact, and some of these other banks, is that, they were out purchasing treasuries when treasuries were at an all-time low. And then what happens? The Fed comes in and the Fed's raising rates, chinking rates, up, right? And the cost of everything has gone up since 2020. 2020. And without getting political, since the regime change, I'll leave it there because that's really not what I'm here to talk about today. That might be in my next Facebook Live, but not this one today. So let's look at, when we talk about inflation, I mean, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up, give me something that if you go to the supermarket now, it costs you more money. Going to Taco Bell for my grandsons, like all those little burritos and stuff used to be 99 cents. Like, I mean, you can't even walk out of Taco Bell for under $10 for one person now. There's just a million different reasons why everything is going up, right? But it is. And so when you look at inflation by city, this is interesting because I've got a lot of friends, a ton of friends in Phoenix, Arizona. But inflation since 2020, between 2020 and 2023, and this is on a .org, official data.org website, okay? I'm not pulling this off Fox News for those of you who are doubting my data right now, okay? It is coming from inflation by city. Phoenix, Arizona, it's the #1 city for inflation. The increase is 8.22% average rate with a cumulative change of 17%. That means it costs you $1.17 today in 2023 to buy something that cost you, $1.17. I hope that's what I said. $1.17 in 2023. It costs to buy something that was $1 in 2020. That's 17%, y'all. 17%. Okay, so Phoenix being the top and San Francisco being the lowest. And I think that's because nobody wants to live in Cali, right? They're moving out of there. Although I've got an agent in California and she's killing it right now. So I don't know. But anyways, but San Francisco is the lowest when it comes to inflation. But let's talk about just what exactly inflation is, right? And let me just go over here because this is a slide that I'm preparing for my big talk next week. But I just it's green is money. It's St. Patrick's Day. Cash is trash. I'm sitting here working, trying to get ready for that big speech next weekend for those 60,000 women. And I'm like, okay, I'm going live with this because I'm so fired up. We have gone backwards, okay, backwards as a country since 2020 in the financial every way. But let's just talk about the financial markets right now. So what is inflation? Inflation is if the interest rate on your account, that would be your savings account, is lower than the rate of inflation, the value of your money will decrease over time. Okay, layman's terms. Most of you are getting 3 to 4% on your savings account. All right. So you're earning 3 to 4% return on your money sitting in the bank. But depending on where you live, okay, I'm going back here to my chart so that I give you guys good information, not just my Lisa, I'm fired up today information. You know, the inflation could be anywhere from 3% to 17%. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that that dollar, when it sits in the bank, it's not keeping up with the rate of inflation. If your dollar sits in the bank and it's earning 3% or it's earning 4%, 4% if you're lucky, 4.5%. I just saw that my bank is doing, if you put in $100,000 for 9 months, like I'm not giving you $100,000 for 9 months. You crazy? I'm going to go put that into real estate, which we're going to talk about. So anyways, so our money is going backwards. We're sitting in the bank and we're not earning as much as it's costing us, or we're losing spending or buying power in that dollar. Okay. We're losing buying power. So for a long time, for a really long time, my very good friend, Grant Cardone, and he's always said, cash is trash, cash is trash. And I never could get my mind around it, to be honest with you. Times were good prior to 2020, right? Times were good. You know, interest rates were low. The economy was brisk. You could buy an 89-cent burrito at Taco Bell. Like, life was good. So I never understood. So like, you know, for those of you who've ever watched Sex and the City, Sarah Jessica Parker says, I like my money where I can see it, in my closet. And I like my money where I can see it in my closet too. And but now no more, right? You can't even buy the stuff in your closet anymore because it's gotten so out of hand with inflation and what's going on. So there's a lot of theories about what's going on right now. One of the theories is that we will see a drop in interest rates because the Feds, by making all of these crazy sharp increases and over and over and over again, they've caused some of this nervousness with the banks, and some of that movement has caused the instability of the banks, having to do with the treasuries and things that they've purchased. So maybe we're going to see rates come back down a little bit again because the Fed's going to go like, we can't keep pushing this because institutions are going to fail. And then I was in my bank on Friday and I was talking to my banker, and I was making a deposit. And I said, so what's, it's a regional bank. It's a smaller regional bank, but I really like the banker. And so it's where James and I keep our money. And I said, what's happened here? And she said, well, I said, because I just read on Fox News that there was a $15 billion run, and it was on Monday. It wasn't Friday, it was Monday. There was a $15 billion run on banks of people transferring out of smaller regional banks into Bank of America. And Bank of America just absorbed $15 billion worth of deposits. That was in a 24-hour period. So God only knows where it's gone since then. And she said that when President Trump was president, that he put something in place where you can be too big to fail. And Bank of America falls into that slot of being too big to fail. So I was like, well, good, because all my accounts are at Bank of America, all my business accounts. My husband will not bank with Bank of America, but I like Bank of America. They are too big to fail. But all of that being said, and I'm kind of tongue-in-cheeking some of this, but I want to get across to all of you out there. If you have money sitting in the bank, okay, get it out of the bank. If you've got money in the stock market, get it out of the stock market. I mean, the average portfolio is down 30% right now. I think mine's down farther than 30. It's so depressing. I don't even look at it. And so what is it that, where is a safe vehicle to put money? I had a friend call me last week and she thought she was so smart. She's like, I've pulled out $9,500 a day for 5 days in a row. And so I've got $50,000 and that the IRS doesn't know I pulled out because they didn't have to report it. I have it hidden all around my house. And I was like, do you really think that you want it hidden in bags in your house? She goes, oh, no. I've got it hidden everywhere. No one will ever find it. I go, no. That's not what I'm talking about. It's still devaluing. At least in the bank, it's earning a little bit of interest. Sitting in your shoe closet, it's not earning any interest. So that's probably not the best way to go. But I understand her fear because that's her lack of trust of banks. So I want to take you down a path now. It's Friday afternoon. I'm standing between you and happy hour. I know that on St. Patrick's Day. So this is going to be short and sweet. Take the money. Take whatever money that you can spare. I mean, you need to have a cushion, right? 3, 4, 6 months, whatever makes you comfortable. But you need to have your money in appreciating assets. Okay, something that is tangible, and that only thing that is right now is real estate. You guys knew I was going there with this. You knew I was. You know me. I think real estate is the greatest vehicle on planet Earth. I think of everything I've ever done in life, every job I've ever had, every company I've ever owned, every deal I've ever made. The only time I ever made big money in anything was in real estate, because there was real estate tied to it, or it was a real estate deal, or it was a house I flipped. I don't know, whatever it is, it's real estate. My friend Grant Cardone, the billionaire, real estate. You look at any billionaire, real estate. You look at multimillionaires, real estate. Okay. So I don't want to see you get caught behind the 8 ball holding on to cash because you're scared, because you're nervous. You're like, oh, what are rates going to do? Well, they're not going to get me, they're who cares? I guess that's the end of the day. If you have to pay 6% to be able to protect your cash, okay, 6% to borrow the money to get the debt, to buy the asset that's going to appreciate, buy it. Who cares? It's better than letting it sit in the bank and devalue as the inflationary rates continue to rise. Now, I got my data off of officialdata.org. If it's a .org, it's got to be true, right? Kidding, but true. This is actually a pretty decent website. So you guys can check anything that I'm saying here through this website. But when you look at the inflationary pressure that we're under, and you look at these banks, and you look at, there was a chance. How many of you, after last Sunday, when we heard, SVB had cratered that Friday? I was literally like, some of it might have been the rumor mill and all that. I get it. But how many of you were worried? Go ahead and just give me a thumbs up, something, that you were worried that your bank would not open on Monday morning. I wasn't worried about Bank of America as much as I was this regional bank that James and I bank at here in town. That now, I don't think they're going to close forever, anything like that. But they were talking about stopping trading, stopping the stock market, shutting down the banks. Like, guys, that is serious. But guess what? If that money was not sitting in your bank and it was sitting in a piece of real estate, it's still going to cash flow. That renter's still going to pay you every single month, or they're going to be out. Now, I can't speak to every state, but in Texas, bye. You don't pay, you're out. Okay. I know California, and anyways, I know there's some goofy stuff going on out there, but in the great state of Texas, you don't pay, you don't stay. Period. You don't pay, you don't stay. Okay. So why would you not want to put your money into a real estate investment that pays you cash flow every month? So pays you a little bit on that money. Okay. And continues to appreciate at about a 5%. So nationally, it's about 5% appreciation. Okay. 5% appreciation. So your money's safe because it's sitting in an asset, right? It's sitting in real estate, so it's safe. They're not going to come shut you down on Monday morning. They're not going to say that, oh, your bank doesn't qualify to be too big to fail. And like, do not kid yourself, guys. There's a whole one world currency behind this whole thing. I will not even go into, I promise, but do your own research. A lot of this is probably by design more than it is by accident. But how do you protect yourself? How do you protect yourself? You go and you put your money into an asset that you control, which is a piece of property. I see my good friend Pam Goodwin's on here. She's the best commercial realtor that I know, right? So go buy a strip mall, go invest in something, go buy a single family dwelling, go buy a duplex, go buy I don't care what you buy, go buy a piece of dirt. Now I don't like dirt as much. I just don't, because it doesn't cash flow, right? I like dirt if you're going to build something on it. I love dirt because they don't make any more dirt. But if you're looking for cash flow, don't buy dirt. Just don't. But buy a house. You know, you're saying to me, but Lisa, like, I don't have any money. I got $10,000 to my name. Go find a couple of people and buy a piece of dirt together. Buy a piece of dirt. Listen to me. Buy a house together. You know, buy something together. Are you a veteran? I mean, can you qualify for a VA benefit? Like, what is out there? I'm telling you, go put into YouTube, I'm broke and I want to buy real estate. There's 55 ways to skin the cat. And that's not even what this video is about today. So I'm not even going to go down that road. But I'm here to tell you there's 55 ways to buy a piece of real estate if you don't have any money. And if you're a serious person about that, I will get on the phone with you and tell you how to do it. Or I'll make another video on Monday about that. But anyways, but you've got to be so careful with what is going on today. You know, there was a huge run on bank stocks, a huge sell-off on bank stocks. I mean, unbelievable. Wells Fargo, Regions National Bank. Like, you look at some of them, they you know, just absolutely imploded last week. So where is your money safe? Okay. Is it safe like my friend who was so proud of herself because she thought she tricked the IRS because she pulled out under $10,000 a day and she's hiding it in her house? Is that safe? No, that's stupid. That's stupid because it's still devaluing. Okay. So no, don't do that. Is it safe if you go put it in an IRA? No. Not if it's not a self-directed IRA, because then it's backed up by bonds and stocks and things like that. And we all know what the stock market's doing. And again, that's something that you don't control. Okay. You are not in control of what Johnson & Johnson does, except they'll probably make more vaccines. But other than that, like, you're not in control of whatever company and whatever stock. You're not. So why do you want to put your money there? You want to put your money into an asset that you control. So that means that you buy that house, you make some cash flow on that house, you decide when you want to sell that house, you ride the market on that house, you are in control. In a flat market, like in a just market, okay, you're going to get 5% appreciation on that property every single year. Every single year. And here's another little humdinger of a piece of advice. Once that property has enough equity to refinance it, you could refinance it, take the cash out of that refinance. And do you know that you do not have to pay taxes on that money? It's tax-free money. See, there are no taxes on debt. All right. So you could refinance that property, take out the equity, go buy another property with it. And that is a non-taxable event. Wow. Then you sell that property. You're like, I'm done with this one. And you take all the money and you put it into a 1031 exchange, also a non-taxable event, and you buy the next one. And then you cash out the next one. You keep the money. That's a non-taxable event. And then you sell it at some point, 1031 it, and go to the next one. I'm telling you guys, there is a way not to pay taxes. And the only way to do it is through real estate. The only way to protect your money is through real estate. The only way to be in control of your money is to own the asset. That is real estate. Vivian, Jesus is my savior and real estate. Amen, sister. I'm going to say, like, I could drop the mic on that one right there. So there's just, again, I mean, I'm trying to, you know, believe it or not, there are people out there that I know watch my videos that may never talk to me, but they watch it, and 2 or 3 years later, they'll call me and like, hey, I watched a video of yours a year ago, and I'm going to get in the game, right? So if you're in Central Texas, I'd love to talk to you. I can tell you what I'm doing personally. I have some cash sitting around right now, and but not in my house, so don't come rob me. It's at the bank. Um, and I am looking to put the majority of our liquid money into real estate now. I don't trust the banks. I don't, I don't trust them. I don't. I don't trust the stock market. Now, the last piece of advice I'll give you today is self-directed IRAs. And next week, I'm going to have Madison Trust on here. I think I'm doing it on Thursday. And these gals are amazing. They were referred to me by my business partner, Tarek El Musa. So think about your money sitting in your 401k, in the stock market or whatever. And it's like, they're in these funds and you're like, oh my God, like I don't have any control of what these companies do. So therefore I don't have any control of their earnings. If I don't have control of their earnings, I don't have any control of my earnings, right? You can transfer those accounts into what is called a self-directed IRA. And that self-directed IRA could be used for real estate. It can be used for a down payment, for earnest money, for option money, for paying cash for an asset. So we're going to talk about that next week. Like if you've been in corporate America over 5 minutes, you probably have a 401k account. Ditch it, convert it. And then you don't have to borrow from yourself to pay yourself back. You're converting that vehicle into a self-directed, right? Self-directed IRA. So you are directing where those funds go. I mean, you can put it, real estate's where I say to do it, but they were telling me the other day that you can put it in crypto, and don't put it in crypto. Don't do it. Don't do it. But anyways, so you can self-direct those funds into the asset of your choice. Okay. And the asset of your choice needs to be real estate. So anyways, I hope that this has given you all some value. I hope that you guys have a wonderful, great St. Patrick's Day. But cash is trash. And so I'm finally going to say it live. Grant Cardone was right. I mean, I used to give him hell about it. Like, how can cash ever be trash? Cash is king. Cash is king. That's what we've always heard. Cash is not king. Cash is not king if it's sitting in the form of cash. All it's doing is just going down in value, down, 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 down. Cash is king if you take it and you put it into an appreciating asset, into an asset class that appreciates. I don't know about the rest of you, but the only asset class I know that appreciates, it's not my shoes, it's not my purses, it's not my car, it's not my jewelry. I love that stuff, but it's not. It is in the real estate that you own. And then from that real estate, the money that is thrown off of that real estate, the cash flow, that is what you can take to go buy those other things. And then once you get enough equity in those assets, you can go and you can refinance them. You can pull out the equity. It is a non-taxable event. Non-taxable. Debt is not taxable, at least not yet. Oh God, 2024 cannot get here soon enough. But let's just pray that we can hold on for 2 more years and that they don't make equity taxable. And if they don't, then you can take that and you can pay off debt. You can go on vacation. You can go buy another property. But I want you guys and gals to be really, really smart with your money right now. And just know that real estate, as scary as the world may seem, do not be my friend who goes and pulls her money out, and she's got a lot of money. And, and I've done deals with her, real estate deals. Like, what are you doing to this $50,000? I just don't understand. But that's what gives her security. What needs to give you security is to be able to go knock on the door of all the different assets that you own. And know that those are your houses. That is your property. Nobody can take it away from you as long as you're paying for it every single month. Oh, Vivian's telling Valentina to listen to this, please. Yes. Whoever Valentina is, listen to me, Valentina. You need to buy property, hopefully from Vivian, because she's on my team. But anyways, so versus, we want to see, you want to be able to go knock on the doors of the homes that you own. And if you ever get into a position that you want to sell those, you're in control. That is your money. And then there's ways to divert that profit at non-taxable, right, on a 1031 exchange. I could go on and on and on, but I know that I'm sitting between many of you and happy hour, and heck, you're sitting between me and happy hour. Anyways, happy St. Patrick's Day. Cash is trash, please. And for those of you catching the replay on this, Share this out. Thank you for always supporting me. Thank you for coming and watching my videos. And if you're in the market for real estate in Central Texas, I would love to have a conversation with you, because I'll always tell you whether you should or you shouldn't. I promise you that. I'm never going to put you into a bad deal, knowingly put you into a bad deal. I've got hundreds of clients that'll tell you that I've made them a lot of money, and I'm very discerning about what we do and the way that I handle your money. I handle your money like it's my money. But there's a lot of deals out there to be had right now, and cash is trash. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Bye, y'all.